In a quiet village where the roads were dusty and the houses made of mud and old zinc, there lived a young man named Kunle. Kunle had nothing much, just a small wooden table where he repaired old shoes by the roadside. Every morning, he would clean his table, place his tools in a line, and wait for customers with a big smile on his face. Not too far from Kunle's corner, under a big mango tree, a girl named Amara sold roasted corn. Her hands were fast, her voice was sweet, and when she laughed, even the tired market women would smile. Amara was known for being kind. If she saw a hungry child, she would hand them corn without asking for money. One afternoon, the sun was hot and the air was still. Kunle hadn't fixed any shoes all day. His tummy made a loud sound, guo. He held his stomach and laughed at himself. Just then, Amara looked at him from her corn stand and smiled. "Brother Kunle," she called out, "you look like your stomach is having a wrestling match." Kunle chuckled shyly. "It's true, Amara. Today, even the shoes are too tired to break." She picked a hot corn from the fire, wrapped it in a leaf, and walked over. "Here. Eat this. No one should be hungry when I have fire." Kunle looked at the corn, then at her. "But I don't have any money with me," Amara said gently. "Just eat. Tomorrow, you give me back with a smile." From that day, their hearts began to grow together. Each morning, Kunle would carry water to help Amara wash her corn. Amara, in return, would bring him roasted ground nuts for his break. They laughed. They joked. They dreamed. But one day, as Amara handed Kunle a roasted corn with a wink, someone was watching. It was Mama Ifeoma, Amara's mother. She stood by the road with her hands on her waist and a frown on her face. She shook her head slowly and whispered, "This poor boy again? Amara, you are my only child. I will not allow hunger to be your bride price." Amara looked down as her mother turned and walked away. Kunle didn't hear the words, but he saw the storm in Mama Ifeoma's eyes. He began to worry in his heart. Would their love survive the fire that was coming? The next morning, the birds were singing softly, but the air felt heavy. Amara woke up early to go to the market as usual. She tied her wrapper and packed her basket of corn. But just as she stepped outside, Mama Ifeoma was standing at the door, arms folded. "Sit down, Amara," her mother said, her voice low but sharp. Amara sat slowly on a small stool, her head down. Mama Ifeoma began, "My daughter, you are young and beautiful. You have a bright future. Why are you wasting your time with a boy who shines other people's shoes?" Amara whispered, "Mama, Kunle is kind. He respects me. He works hard. He has dreams." "Dreams?" Mama Ifeoma raised her voice. "Can dreams buy rice? Can respect pay bride price? If you marry Kunle, your children will drink Gary without sugar every day." Tears welled up in Amara's eyes. "But Mama," she said softly, "I love him." Mama Ifeoma's face changed. She was quiet for a moment, then she spoke slowly. "Love cannot cook soup. I want a better life for you. I heard a rich man from the city is coming soon. That is the kind of man you should be thinking about." With that, Mama Ifeoma walked away, leaving Amara frozen on the stool. That evening, Amara met Kunle by the well. She didn't laugh like she used to. She didn't smile. She just stood beside him and handed him a small paper wrap of peanuts. Kunle noticed something was wrong. "Did I do something, Amara?" he asked gently. Amara shook her head. "No. But, my mother, she wants me to stop seeing you." Kunle's heart broke a little. "I understand," he said, his voice shaking. Maybe she's right. Maybe I'm not enough." Amara turned sharply and held his hand. "No, Kunle. You are enough. You are more than enough. I just need time, to make her see it too. Kunle looked into her eyes. Then I will work harder. I will prove that I can take care of you. He squeezed her hand. Let the world laugh. Let them talk. As long as you don't leave me, I will keep fighting. Amara smiled for the first time that day, even though tears filled her eyes. In the dark, by the quiet well, their hands stayed together. But deep in the shadows, trouble was already walking toward them. The village was buzzing with whispers. The women at the stream were talking. The men at the palm wine joint were talking. Even the children, with dirty feet and wild laughter, were talking. A black jeep with shiny windows had entered the village. From it stepped a man in fine clothes, dark glasses, and perfume that could make your nose dance. His name was Mr. Dino. He was not from the village. He was a big businessman from the city. His shoes were always clean. His smile was wide, but his eyes looked like a crocodile's, watchful and cold. He came to the market and stood in front of Amara's corn stand. "Pretty girl," he said, "your fire is hot, but your beauty is hotter." Amara looked up and frowned. "Good afternoon, sir. Would you like to buy corn?" He laughed loudly. "I don't eat corn. I came for the firekeeper herself." Amara blinked, confused. That same evening, Mama Ifeoma called Amara inside with excitement. "My daughter. Do you know who that man is?" "That is Mr. Dino. He builds houses in the city. He owns shops. He wants to marry you." Amara's mouth dropped open. "Marry me? But I don't even know him." Mama Ifeoma danced in the small room. "You will get to know him in his mansion. Your days of poverty are over, my child." Amara stood still like a tree. The next day, Mr. Dino returned. This time, he didn't come alone. He came with a small bag of gifts: cloth, perfume, a smartphone, and 50,000 Nigerian nairas cash. He handed it all to Mama Ifeoma. "Just small greetings," he said with a smile. Mama Ifeoma's eyes shone like a full moon. But Amara refused to come out of her room. Meanwhile, Kunle watched everything from his corner near the mango tree. He saw the car. He saw the gifts. He saw Mama Ifeoma smiling. And he felt something deep in his heart: fear. That night, Kunle couldn't sleep. He sat outside and looked up at the stars. "God," he prayed, "don't let them take her away from me. I have nothing but my heart. Is that not enough?" But the wind didn't answer. And the stars only blinked. The next morning, the village was quiet. Even the birds seemed to whisper. Amara sat outside her mother's hut, staring at the ground. She hadn't touched the perfume. The phone was still in the box. The money lay untouched on the table. Mama Ifeoma stepped out with a big smile. "My daughter, have you made up your mind? Mr. Dino is coming this evening. He wants your answer." Amara didn't answer. "Mama," she said finally, "do you remember how Papa loved you when he had nothing?" Mama Ifeoma's face grew cold. "Your father loved me, yes. But I suffered. I don't want you to suffer like I did." Amara stood up slowly. "But Mama, I choose love. I choose Kunle." Just then, Mr. Dino's car arrived again. He stepped out confidently, holding a small box. "I came to give you something special today," he said, smiling at Amara. He opened the box. Inside was a golden ring that sparkled in the sun. Mama Ifeoma gasped. But Amara shook her head. "I'm sorry, sir. I cannot accept this." Mr. Dino's smile disappeared. "Why not?" he asked, confused. "You don't like the ring." "It's not the ring," Amara said gently. "It's just. I already gave my heart to someone else." Mr. Dino's face changed. His lips tightened. His voice turned sharp. You mean that poor boy who shines shoes? You'll regret this, girl. I don't lose. He turned, entered his car, and zoomed off angrily. Later that evening, Kunle was sitting by his wooden table when Amara ran to him. She threw her arms around him. I chose you, Kunle. Let the world laugh. I chose you. Kunle held her tightly. I will not let you down. But he knew it wasn't over. A storm was coming. That night, as he was about to sleep, someone knocked on the door of his small room. It was Aunt Janet, his father's sister, who lived in the next town. I heard what's happening, she said. Kunle, I can help you. Come with me to the city. Learn a better skill. Become somebody. Then return and fight for your love with your hands full. Kunle looked back at the small room, then at his shaking hands. Will Amara wait for me? He asked. Aunt Janet smiled. If her love is real, she will. The stars above twinkled again. A new journey was about to begin. The sun was just rising over the village hills, painting the sky with soft orange light. Birds sang gentle songs, but inside Amara's heart, the song was sad. She stood by the roadside, holding Kunle's hand tightly. A small bag sat on his back, his only luggage. Today, Kunle was leaving for the city with Aunt Janet, to learn a new trade to return one day as a better man. Tears filled Amara's eyes. I will wait for you, she said. Kunle wiped her tears with his thumb. I will not be gone forever. I will return with full hands and a heart still yours. Aunt Janet called from her old yellow car, it's time, Kunle. They hugged one last time tight, warm, and quiet. As the car rolled away, Amara stood like a tree by the roadside. She waved until the car disappeared into the dust. Days passed. Then weeks. Then months. Kunle sent letters when he could. In his first letter, he wrote, I miss your smile more than the moon misses the sun. Life here is hard, but your memory keeps me standing. Amara read the letter every night before sleeping, pressing it to her chest. But trouble was growing again in the village. Mr. Dino returned this time, angrier than before. He didn't smile. He didn't laugh. He came straight to Mama Ifeoma's compound. Where is your daughter? He demanded. She is inside, Mama Ifeoma said with a sigh. Still waiting for that shoemaker boy. Mr. Dino dropped another bundle of money on the floor. This is my last offer. If she refuses me again, I will make sure that boy never sets foot in this village again. Do you understand? Mama Ifeoma said nothing. That evening, she called Amara into the room. My daughter, she said, you are still young. Do not waste your life waiting for promises. Kunle may never return. The world is not kind to poor people. Amara held her mother's hand and said quietly. Then let me suffer for love, Mama. Not for money. But inside her heart, Amara was afraid. What if Kunle forgot her? What if something bad happened? What if Mr. Dino truly meant harm? Outside the window, the wind carried dust across the road just like the dust that carried Kunle away. And far away in the noisy, smoky city, Kunle was struggling to survive. The city was nothing like the village. It was loud. It was fast. It didn't smile at strangers. Kunle stepped out of Aunt Janet's old car with wide eyes. Cars zoomed past. Horns blared like angry goats. The air smelled of smoke and fried akara. This is your new home, Aunt Janet said. You will learn to fix phones here. It pays better than fixing shoes. Kunle nodded. Thank you, Aunt. I will not waste this chance. Every day, Kunle followed a man called Mr. Dapo, who taught him how to fix phone screens, change batteries, and speak to customers with respect. But it wasn't easy. He woke up early. He swept the shop. He stood for hours. His back ached. His hands cracked. And sometimes, he went to bed with only water and bread. Worse still, the big boys in the market mocked him. "Hey shoemaker," one shouted. "This is not your village, oh. Go back to your corn, girl." Kunle ignored them. But inside, he was tired. One day, he sat on the wooden bench behind the shop. His eyes filled with tears. "God," he whispered, "is this how I will live? Poor again? Useless again? Will I ever be enough for Amara?" He reached into his pocket and brought out a folded piece of paper, Amara's letter. "Kunle, I believe in you. Even if the world turns against us, I will not. Please don't stop fighting." He held it to his heart. "I won't give up," he said to the wind. Months passed. Kunle became good at fixing phones. Very good. Mr. Dapo began to trust him with real customers. He started earning a little money. He stopped sleeping on the floor and bought a second-hand mattress. He began saving. He began planning. He never forgot why he came to the city. Then one day, he sent a message through Auntie Janet back to the village. "Tell Amara I'm coming home soon." Meanwhile, back in the village, Amara stood at the riverside, staring at the water. She didn't know the message was on the way. But she felt it in her spirit. "Kunle," she whispered to the breeze, "please come back, before it's too late." Because in the shadows of the village, Mr. Dino was planning something dangerous. The sky over the village was golden. Children were chasing tires. Women were singing as they pounded yam. It looked like an ordinary day, but for Amara, nothing felt normal. Her heart was heavy. Inside the house, Mama Ifeoma was dressing Amara in fine clothes. Red wrapper. White blouse. Gold necklace. "Mama, why are you dressing me like this?" Amara asked. Her mother smiled tightly. "Today, you will finally become someone's wife." Amara's eyes widened. "What? Whose wife?" "Mr. Dino's. He paid your bride price this morning. The wedding is this evening." Amara's knees became weak. She held the wall. "No. You had no right. I said I'm waiting for Kunle." Mama Ifeoma's eyes flashed. "Enough. That boy ran to the city and forgot you. It's time to move on. This is for your good." Amara began to cry. "Mama, you're marrying me off to someone I don't love." But Mama Ifeoma turned and walked out, locking the door behind her. Meanwhile, far down the road, a dusty bus came to a stop. Kunle stepped out, wearing a clean shirt and holding a small box. His face was thinner, but his eyes were stronger. He had become a man. He walked quickly through the village. People turned to look. "Is that Kunle?" someone whispered. "Yes, oh. He's back from the city." He reached the market and asked, "Where is Amara?" A boy ran to him. "They're marrying her off today at Mama Ifeoma's house." Kunle dropped the box and ran. He reached the house and found people seated, food cooking, and a large tent outside. A pastor stood at the front. Mr. Dino wore a gbada and a proud smile. Then boom! The door burst open. Kunle appeared. His chest was rising. His voice shook. "Stop this wedding!" The crowd gasped. Mama Ifeoma stood up. "What are you doing here?" Kunle walked forward. "I am here for the woman who waited for me. I am no longer a poor shoemaker. I fix phones now. I have saved. I have plans. I came to marry Amara not with lies, but with love." Mr. Dino laughed. "You think you can just walk in and take her?" Amara stepped out, her eyes shining with tears. She walked past the pastor, past Mr. Dino, and straight to Kunle. She held his hand tightly. "I told you I would wait," she whispered. The whole village was silent. Mama Ifeoma covered her face with her hands. But Baba Musa, the village elder, stood up and said, "Better a poor man with true love, than a rich man with an empty heart." The people clapped slowly. Then louder. And louder. Mr. Dino turned red with anger. He stormed out, his agbada sweeping dust behind him. That evening, under the same mango tree where their love began, Kunle and Amara sat hand in hand. Not yet married. But no longer afraid. The worst was behind them. The best was coming. 1 week had passed since the broken wedding. The village was still talking about what happened. Some called Kunle foolish. Some called him brave. But no one could deny this. Amara chose love over gold. Under the mango tree, Amara and Kunle sat with Baba Musa, the village elder. "My children," he said gently, "love without blessing is like a yam without fire, sweet but hard. Are you ready for marriage?" They both nodded. Baba Musa smiled. "Then let it be done." The next Saturday, the village was full of joy. There was no white dress. There was no golden hall. But there was laughter, drums, and dancing. Kunle wore a clean native outfit, his face glowing with peace. Amara wore a simple gown made by her cousin. She held flowers picked from the river bank. Their wedding took place outside, under the mango tree. The same place where Kunle once sat hungry. The same place where Amara gave him corn. The pastor raised his hands and said, "Today, two hearts become one. Not because of money, but because of love, patience, and truth." As they exchanged simple rings, Mama Ifeoma stood at the back, quietly wiping her eyes. When the vows were over, she stepped forward slowly. "Kunle," she said, voice shaking, "forgive me. I wanted a rich son-in-law. But now I see you are rich in all the right ways." Kunle bowed his head. "Mama, thank you for giving me your treasure." Amara hugged her mother tight, and for the first time in many moons, Mama Ifeoma smiled with joy. Children jumped around. Women ululated. And the drums said doo-doo, da-da, doo-doo. That night, Kunle and Amara sat outside their new small room, a gift from Auntie Janet. They held hands, looking up at the stars. "We have nothing big," Kunle whispered. "But we have each other," Amara replied. And that was enough. If you believe that true love can grow even in dry places, share this story. Let someone out there know true love is not about only riches, but about the heart. True love doesn't ask for only riches, it asks for patience, loyalty, and heart. If you believe in real love, like Kunle and Amara's, leave a comment below. Like, subscribe. Because sometimes, the poorest love story becomes the richest of all.